ready?
Really helped us out.
Welcome to another episode of the Three Speech Podcast. We're back as ever. No Mooch this week, but we've got a super special guest, good friend of all of ours on the podcast, comedian extraordinaire, possibly cancelled, podcaster celebrity. It's Mr. Alistair Williams.
That's
How's it
me.
going, Alistair? Thank you for coming.
Thank you for the invite down here. It's a day out for me. I was very excited.
Yeah, well, we've been waiting to have you on for some time, so finally you're here. If anyone doesn't know about you, you should. If you know anything about comedy, you should know Alistair. I'll give you my brief recollections, and you guys can join in and you can tell us the truth.
Sweet.
Alistair is a very an established comedian. You were doing all the clubs, yeah?
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, gigging up and down the country, smashing clubs up. You had an amazing bit about Brexit, which actually could have been read either way, but it went viral.
Yeah.
And it was very, very, very funny bit. Then it turned out the way it could be read wasn't the way it was supposed to be read. And subsequently, your comedy live work has been cancelled, but you've kind of segued into being like a YouTuber, doing a daily live stream.
That's right.
And all that kind of thing. Am I right, guys?
Yeah, but your channel's been taken down a couple of times. Like,
I
what?
was cancelled from YouTube then too. My channel's still cancelled, really. I mean, I started a new YouTube channel just because so I could still live stream.
Right.
But I'm live streaming on Rumble now as well, so I might not need to use YouTube. But every time they cancel me, I just restart a new channel, and less of my people find me to the point. So they just sort of reduce your numbers down and down and down.
Just whittle you down. And did they give you a reason for why they've cancelled you?
Oh, they never do. But
man, this is the thing, man. That YouTube can just like take away your livelihood. Because man, you've got like a kid and stuff.
That's right.
Yeah. Like take away your livelihood, your ability to earn money, and like just the sword of Damocles hanging over you all the time. Because if you don't know why you've been cancelled, you don't know what you're going to do next time.
Don't let the man speak.
But the weird thing is, it's never affected my money that badly, really. Like all my money comes from the people that join in my shows, and they just donate me money, right? So you can't really cancel me in that respect. As long as I have a way to get my show out there and people have a way to send me money, you can't really cancel my show. You can reduce the amount of people in there, but when they reduce the amount of people in there, the ones that are remaining give so much more money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like there's a base amount of money I need to do to do it as a living.
How do you get money off them?
They just send me money.
How do we get people to send us money?
Well,
are you using PayPal or?
If you're a live streamer, they do this thing called a super chat. Now, usually that goes through YouTube, and YouTube take 70% of the money.
Wow, yeah.
Whoa, really?
They say it's 30%, but it's fucking 70%, right? So they take 70% of your money. But even through that, I was making more than enough to make a living, and then they cancelled that.
Yeah.
They say you're demonetized. I'm like, okay, cool. So now they send the money to me directly. So now I'm making 100% of my money as opposed to 30%.
But this is through PayPal?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Okay.
But you can be demonetized on PayPal and GoFundMe and all that because they've done it to others.
Darius, I'm hoping, and PayPal haven't figured out they can cancel me, but they inevitably will probably at some point.
Because it's happened to political people in the States, like Donald Trump's son.
He needed that money as well.
Yeah.
If anyone needed the donations, it's Donald Trump's son.
I mean, like if you're running a political party, you can't really you run out of money quite quickly.
Let's go back though. Let's start from the beginning. And the Brexit joke is popping off.
Yeah.
And that went fucking huge. Like that's the biggest response we've seen to any joke go organically.
For me, it's the biggest political piece of comedy in the last 5 fucking years, right? Brexit's the biggest political issue. It was the biggest piece of comedy around that.
Yeah.
And right after it, my career gets vaporized. I disappear.
Let him speak.
I just got one thing to say.
Stop telling people to let him speak.
But
you're not a dad.
No, because
you're allowed to speak. How come you're allowed to ask questions? You're not allowed to ask questions.
This is the guest.
I know the guest.
He's going to ask about broadband speed.
I'm not going to ask about
how fast is your broadband.
I'm not going to ask about broadband.
I know it's coming.
I'm not going to ask about broadband.
My headphones cut off now. Hang on. We did this to Francis.
How fast is your upload
Can I just ask my question? I promise I'm not asking about broadband, but actually how is how fast is your broadband? No, all I was going to say, and now genuinely I'm curious, who is your broadband provider for live streaming?
Listen, I get my broadband from Sky. And the speed is nothing like what it says it's supposed to. You know, it's like it's minimum 15. It's like if I see 15, it's fucking Christmas. Right? I get like 3, 2, 1.5.
Have you heard of
like
hyperactive broadband?
It's like getting chips from Weatherspoons, man. We'll get about 8 chips.
But what are you going to do? Who are you going to complain to?
Hyperactive,
you know what I mean?
they're the ones that Francis is using. Anyway, well, the question I was going to ask is, you said, let me just say my question and you go.
But he didn't even finish the one I
know,
was
because I
talking
was
about.
going to interrupt him.
No, but let him. I want.
Stop.
No, hang on. Let me just fucking say this, man. Finish you what you're saying. Brexit thing popped off.
So
what
right
did you
after,
what was your expectations, and then what
I knew
happened?
that they would vaporize me. I even put in the bit, I was saying fuck you to the comedy industry, to the BBC. I was saying you're not going to see me on TV because people are laughing in the clip. I put little subtitles because I saw the way comedy was going anyway. It's like if you want to tell the truth or if you just want to ask questions, the Brexit thing, I think they did interpret the bit the way it was supposed to be. What I was basically saying is we voted for something and Theresa May's out there saying, I'm trying to get you out of this European Union. Oh, no, you're not. You could have got you. They weren't trying to get us out. That's all I was saying. I'm saying the establishment is fucking you guys, and that was the problem they had with it. It weren't that it was pro Brexit or anti anything, and it was just it was like someone speaking out in a way that we don't like. Get him away from the microphone, because the one thing they can't control is when people laugh, what they find funny. They can't control that. So if a woman of people are howling at what I'm saying, it validates that it's true. Because if it's not true, you all know no one fucking laughs. But if it's true, the whole room, and it was people who were pro-Remain who were laughing in this audience.
Everybody,
right, because it's a joke for them. It's like, you guys are getting fucked.
That's
they're laughing at that.
95% Remain audience.
But that's his worst. If you actually, people assume that because I'm cancelled that my comedy splits people apart. It does the opposite. It brings people together, and that's what they hate. But things are designed to keep us arguing.
Was it because you performed at the? It was like a UKIP thing. So I mean, you're on stage with Nigel Farage.
They invited me to Brexit party. Said, "Come down and do this for us in 3 days' time." And I said yes, and everyone was like, "Well, that's why you're cancelled, because you're on stage with Farage." It's like he was the only one that called me to do this. The rest of you comedy industry people that love comedy and are there to help comedy, you all tried to fucking kill me. Right? The Brexit party were the only people that said, come and do comedy again. Okay? So what? And also, I believe in Brexit at the time. I don't believe in Farage anymore, but I believed in Brexit at the time.
Why don't you believe in Farage?
Because he was up there telling everyone to put Tony Blair in charge of the vaccination program.
It's a good idea.
Oh, yeah. Let's see if he can study war crimes down here too.
Wait, I got one thing to say. He said he's got...
Just start talking first. That's how it fucking works.
I've been waiting for ages.
Well, yeah, but you can, but I do material that's like pro-Brexit, pro-Trump, pro-Maggie Thatcher, anti-lockdown, anti-government, and I work with Nigel Farage.
Yeah.
And I work with the people who funded UKIP and all the rest of it, and I haven't been cancelled by that many people. Right. It's kind of hard to tell when you've been cancelled though, because they just suddenly stop booking you.
Because
That's
your
correct.
material doesn't capture the imagination of the people like his did. Yours is a bit watered down. You know what I mean? Like, Alistair went straight for the jugular. You know what I mean?
Well, no, Alistair's. I think anybody could enjoy that material, and it wasn't particularly partisan or anything.
Well, I think that bit
think
could have been
divisive.
read both ways.
Yeah, it was about the process and how
and
people were mishandling the process rather than.
and
At the end of the day, it's a joke.
It's a joke.
And it was a good fucking joke. So why are they trying to kill a comedian that people are enjoying? And that's the question.
But you said that was, if I'm not, you just said it was the best joke of the best political joke.
the most politically relevant.
100%.
Can I listen? I don't know.
I'd like to argue.
Yeah, what about when they were saying Donald Trump was orange? I mean, that was
that was good.
That was a pretty good
fucking
joke. Like he was like, guess what? You know Donald Trump? He's orange. You missed
He
that.
looks like a Cheeto.
And have you heard this one? Apparently, Boris Johnson's a silly Billy.
Is he silly Billy?
Yeah, he's a silly Billy. Oh, mate, Nish Kumar said that. I was like, oh my God, I couldn't stop laughing. Had to run down the street telling everybody I saw.
That's deep.
That's deep. That is deep.
So, but
the
now
reason I say that
go on.
is because they invited me onto the stage at the Brexit party rally. That's what they wanted to do with me. When was the last time you saw a comedian get invited up by a political party? Come speak at the
how
Conservative.
tall's Nigel Farage in real life?
He was actually pretty cool. He was
not
backstage
cool.
making people laugh.
How tall?
Oh, tall? I can't remember, man.
Another probing question by Darius.
But I want to know what he's like in real life. I've never seen Nigel Farage.
You can fucking Google how tall he is.
Yeah, but I want to know what he's like when you. How can I go look at him?
Well, you can follow me to work.
I don't go to your nuts charity rallies.
But have any sort of promoters or anybody like openly?
No, they've never. None of them. Not a single one will say that they've banned me. So all these comedy clubs will say, "No, we haven't banned us." Then ask them, when is he down
I remember when you were, because if any club you should have been at, the Comedy Store, because I remember you got a standing ovation at a Comedy Store, like the biggest response anyone has ever get at a Comedy Store. In the clip, you see people standing up, the whole front 3 rows just standing and applauding, and nothing.
They got their own policy. But if you ask them, they'll tell you, "Oh, Alistair, he's in here. He'll be around. Yeah, we've got no problem with him."
Yeah.
Right? But yeah, you can't find tickets for me there.
Yeah.
But listen, every comedy club, it's down to them who they book. I can't tell anyone they need to book me or they need to do that. But the fact is that comedy is no longer just about, this guy killed it.
It's not about being
It's not
funny.
about that, is it?
Yes.
You ask the Comedy Store, they'll tell you we have to have 50% men, 50% women, this and that and this.
Yeah.
So I can't tell them how to run their club, but if that's what people want, then give them
then
what they
you can
want.
see the clubs that do the best, like Top Secret, man. They're just going from strength to strength. Like I was there last night, and man, they had like queues of people just for return tickets. If anybody didn't turn up. Man, like two big rooms fill up. They're expanding to like a new location, hopefully. And they just book who's funny. They book genuine diversity. They were doing it before it became this like cool, tick box thing to do. Like, and they're the most popular club.
It's the real comedy club.
It's the real comedy club.
It's the real comedy club, and it's packed. What a surprise.
Yeah.
Like when people say that live comedy's dying or live comedy's dead, it's like, well, how come Top Secret is packed on a Monday, on a Tuesday, right? How is comedy dead when in this one place it's alive?
Yeah.
Like, and all they're doing is booking people that are funny. Shit, it's almost like that's all you need to do.
Yeah.
But because it's become so political comedy, because if you can make people laugh, then they're showing that they agree with you. So you can change the way people think with a joke. So comedians, in actual fact, are the most censored people on earth. And Jordan Peterson said, look at what you're going to see comedians being censored in the UK, in Canada, in America. And I don't think there's another comedian in the United Kingdom that's banned from YouTube, is there? Or is it just me? Is there another one who's banned from YouTube?
I mean, I don't know about comedians. But certainly, I mean, like working with Lotus Eaters, like Carl Benjamin, he's a channel's, blow up to huge size, like hundreds of millions of views, and get taken down.
Yeah.
And again,
Yeah, the
If
point
we're
is,
talking
I'm a
stand-up
comic.
comedian,
I'm a
we talking
comedian.
stand-up comedian, I can only think of you who's been removed from YouTube.
And listen,
100%.
You know this global social credit score thing they have in China?
Yeah.
I'm fucking living in it, and I've been living in it for about 4 or 5 years. If I put something online, there's a 500 dislikes before it starts. There's my subscribers go down.
remember-
People say, I need to
yeah.
resubscribe 6 times. I get no notifications. I'm telling you, I'm living in fucking social credit system. I have been since Brexit.
Remember
Bit.
that time when you posted a comment or something? No, there was something on a YouTube channel. You posted and it had the top comment. It had 1,000 likes. And you told me, Nico, go and look at it. And I go and look at it and it's not there. It's just vanished. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I was like, I went on my laptop as well and it wasn't there. So I saw it firsthand. It's like, this guy's being,
The people that follow my live
shadow
stream
ban and all
regularly,
that stuff,
they will laugh at people that say, this guy ain't being blah, blah, blah. You know who the 77th are? 77th Brigade? They're a unit of the army. The British Army, and what their job is to go online and troll people that are putting out misinformation. Now, someone like me, I'm misinformation, right? These are the people, they're employed by the United Kingdom government, and their job is to go around there and fuck with people online that they consider that are doing misinformation.
Can you apply for that job?
Of course you can.
That's a good
Of course
job.
you can.
That sounds like your ideal job.
That sounds like my perfect job, yeah.
Trolling people for
Paid
money.
trolling. I'd be good at that.
I'll tell you how
You're
obvious
looking-
it is.
The army wants you, I'm ready.
Right.
I mean, I'm on your side, Alistair, but when they're paying me, it's...
Right. My live stream, when they cut my YouTube channel, I put up a new channel. Now 200 people can find me. Previously it was 50,000.
What was your peak? Your peak
50,000.
So you had 50,000 subscribers at your peak.
If they weren't shadow banning the shit out of me, it would have been way more than 50,000.
Yeah.
Like, I had a period in my live streams where I said, at the start of every live stream, I'd tell the people, listen, there's going to be 300 people in here. I said, I got 50,000 subscribers, there's going to be 300 people. Every stream, 300. I was like, I'm capped at 300. It don't matter who comes in here. One time I had another channel raid my stream. So he sent his whole channel onto my channel and the chat's going brrrr, and it's like 300 people in here. 300 people in here. I'm like, all these numbers are fake.
Yeah.
If you start asking questions, that's all you got to do. Ask some questions. All of a sudden, you're going to get less and less and less of a following. These people with hundreds of millions of followers, I bet you they ain't out there questioning what's going on right now. I bet you they're saying exactly what they're told to say. If you're questioning what's going on right now, you ain't having a blue tick and a YouTube channel or any of that shit.
What do you think the solution is? Because for me, like, you know, the tech oligarchs, 'cause these tech companies, all the social media, YouTube and everything, they're owned by billionaires. And they've got political agendas, and the rules aren't transparent and they're not fairly applied. They're very, very arbitrary, very capricious. And so, you know, people like you can get taken down without good reason, without any sort of due process.
Yep.
And it's happening to loads of people, happening to people across the political spectrum. You know, big tech's systemically woke, and that sort of needs to be tackled because it's damaging to discourse and society. So do you think the solution would be like actual government regulation?
No.
Ofcom or something?
The solution is God. And I'm not even joking.
If God doesn't turn up,
That's all you have against what is coming against you. There's
My
nothing
guy.
else that could save you.
My God.
Nico,
Like, I'm telling you, if you don't realise that we're living towards the end of the time, if you're looking out the window going, this is a regular Tuesday, no it ain't. No it ain't.
I'm on Alistair's side.
Right, I'm telling you.
How the fuck is God going to apply YouTube's rules fairly and transparently?
God can do what he wants.
I mean,
God can overcome a
All
YouTube
things are
ban.
possible with God, Leo. All things are possible.
yeah, but like in terms
Real
of
talk.
actual practicality, because God,
What religion are you? What religion?
I'm a Christian.
Catholic,
Christian.
Christian. Okay.
But what I believe,
Nico said he's gonna go to church, but hasn't got around to it yet.
No, I'm a Christian, raised Christian. but
listen,
yeah, I don't-
Nico's a smart man.
Yeah,
Right?
I'm
And
a
when me
Christian.
and Nico have conversations about what's going on in the world right now, Nico realizes like,
Well,
this
there's
is some fucked up shit that's happening, and
I'm going to say this because everyone was just laughing when you said, "Oh, God," right?
Fine,
they
yeah.
all laughed, and you know that's kind of the reaction
Yeah,
you're going
of
to get.
course.
Yeah, if we go back just 2 weeks ago, there was essentially a satanic ritual on stage with the Travis Scott thing.
thank you. You guys don't
and
see
whether
the devil.
you want to laugh at that was.
hang on.
I don't know
hang
if
on, hang
there
on.
was.
You know
Well-
this. You know this episode gone though.
Oh, yeah.
That's
you
one of
can't
the
put
things.
this
out.
This is one of the things they're taking down.
Let's
You're
take,
not allowed
let's
to
take a
say
time.
it's a
What?
satanic.
You're not allowed to
You're
say.
not allowed to say.
Please tell me
Did
you're
they-
not talking
No,
about
they're
it.
pulling it off
Did
YouTube.
they pull out
But
one off?
why do you think that is?
I know.
Because
I know.
it is a satanic ritual.
They're pulling this.
Why did they pull it off then, Leo?
So this is
I
gone.
don't think it was a satanic ritual, to be honest. I mean,
don't?
that's a bit of a leap.
Oh, what a surprise!
You
the
don't.
man who thinks Michael Jackson is a nonce doesn't think it was
Michael
a satanic
Jackson's
ritual.
a fucking
He's not a nonce.
And also,
I'll
you know
get
what?
his fans to kill
you know
you.
what cemented the fact?
Get his fans
You know
to kill
what
you right
cemented
now.
the
Can't
fact?
say that, Darius.
You know what cemented the fact that Michael Jackson's a
Tell him right
nonce
now.
in my brain is the fact that all the Michael Jackson fans that came out and defended him are clearly nonsense
I'm
as
not
well.
a nonce.
Yeah, you are.
No, I'm not.
Leo, did you watch Square One though? Genuinely.
I don't have time to watch
Course
any
he hasn't
fucking
watched
stupid
it.
film.
Nah, just watch it and then we'll
Square
discuss.
One.
Just
But you
watch
listen,
it. I'll
but
send it to you.
He
Just
hasn't
watch
even
it.
watched the. Hasn't even watched the allegation one. He hasn't watched anything. He's
can't
just
be
made
fun
his,
watching anything.
He
I
just made his
You see,
mind
this
up.
I've made my
but
mind
hang
up.
on.
All right, do you
This is why the mainstream media is so poisonous.
All right,
It's just
let's
infected
just
your
look at the
brain.
evidence.
And no, 10 years.
It's not the
FBI
mainstream media.
Yes, it's the mainstream
Right.
media.
Michael Jackson
Anyhow.
looks like a nonce.
You see, you going.
Michael Jackson had kids sleeping in his bedroom.
Yeah.
Michael Jackson
So what?
paid for the families to
And
go and shopping
brought it for
expeditions and stuff, go fly to Paris and stuff. Michael Jackson's a fucking nonce.
Leo, let me ask you a question.
10 inches.
Let me ask you a question. The media have told you everything about Michael Jackson. You know all these facts about Michael Jackson and kids, etc., etc. Let me ask you a question. When they said, Michael Jackson, why are you surrounding yourself with kids all the time? What did Michael say?
Because he probably said,
No, that's not what he
honestly,
said.
Mom, Leo, man,
That's not
watch
what
the
he
stuff
said.
and then come back.
Well,
Honestly,
what did he
it's
say
just-
then?
it's
What
just-
did he say?
I'll
on,
tell you what he said. He said, I'm brought up on the Bible. I'm brought up on Jesus Christ.
yeah, because nobody associated with the Bible has ever touched
Are you
it.
trying to insinuate priests are pedos?
Fuck yeah, they're 100% pedos. They've created this class of people who don't take wives.
Do you want to hear my best priest
They're not
story?
going to be attracted to.
Let me
to
tell you my
women.
best priest
Or just
story.
fucking let me like.
But I'm gonna tell you a funny story. You're just gonna go on a rant.
You
Right,
can't
calm
just
down, guys.
tell the story right over me.
Calm
So like
down.
priests. They've got a class of people who are in this power structure that is pretty much absolute power. If you go back like 40 years in Ireland or whatever,
Correct.
They like wearing big frocks and they don't have wives. So you've basically, and they hang around with children. So you've basically created
Leo is correct.
A pedo job.
Satan is in charge of the Catholic Church. If you want to pull something up, pull up
See?
the Pope's audience hall and watch what my man is sitting in front of. Pull up the statue.
I've seen that, the lizard fucking head with
and
the
he's
serpents.
and you pull up the images of the Pope's audience hall and how much it looks like a giant snake's head.
I've seen that.
Right.
Like a snake's head.
Can you deny
Satan.
that this man is sitting in a giant snake's head in front of a statue of hell?
Yeah.
And he's telling you, I'm God's man.
Yeah.
Right? If you don't believe in God and you don't believe in the devil, start with the Pope and see if you think he believes in the devil. Because he might, if he was sitting up there behind a statue of a flaming 666, it'd be less sus than this fucking statue. It looks like something from Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
It's literal
Pull it
hell.
up, Vittorio. Pull it up.
Please.
Audience of the Pope.
I
was just gonna tell you-
This episode already dead,
Tell
so
me
let's
this
pull out
man's on the
everything.
level. Tell me this is a man of God when you look at this statue.
Can I just tell you the funny story about the priest? There's a priest at my school,
Yeah.
right? He was a teacher, and he was telling the kids, they were telling us to do some work, and he goes to, this is how much they didn't give a fuck, right? He goes to one kid, put your nose to the grindstone, Irish guy, right? So the priest, the kid took the piss, put his face like that into the book, like, there, I've done it. The priest just walked behind him and bang, broke his nose.
Oh,
And the kid just, what can he do?
Oh.
He went right up to the matron, bleeding
Oh
from
my
the face.
God.
And then the priest said, I didn't do
how
anything.
holy.
Yeah.
And what happened? The guy's parents didn't fuck up the priest?
Nah, nothing happened.
What?
It's a priest, man.
It's a priest.
Like, people really respect priests and stuff. That's why they like
Then he
excuse
raped
all
him.
their beasting.
That's not funny, Darius.
Yeah, think about what you've done, Darius.
Sorry.
There!
Snake eye.
And if you zoom in on
No,
it, where
it's the
like
statue
where the
that we need. You see
yeah,
that
so
on
that's
the
the
stage?
snake eyes, but
That's the
where
building.
He sits is like
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
literally got hell behind
that's
it.
the one.
Look at this. It's hell.
That's the one. Here's
it's
the man
vision
of
of
God.
hell.
Oh, if you want to go into mad conspiracy
wait, Darren,
theories,
No, that's
look at
not
that.
conspiracy. That's the actual fucking
Look
Pope.
at that. That is like nothing you've ever
Zoom-
seen
zoom
in
in.
fucking Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
If this guy's in Game of Thrones and you look at that, you're like, I wonder if
Zoom
he's
in
a
a
good
bit.
guy.
you know that. Have you seen Denver International Airport? If you want to go conspiracy,
nice.
I knew Alistair would like that.
Nice.
That's the wickedest one, man. Have you not seen it?
The horse with the
where's the
red
snake?
eyes.
No,
Where's the
that's the
snake?
scariest one, man.
Where's the snake?
Hey,
Go into Denver International
Oh,
Airport.
snake. If you go up,
Oh, shit.
the snake is like
That's crazy.
The snake is if you go up one more, you can see the snake. If you
Yeah,
pull,
yeah,
if you
yeah.
pull out from there, you can see the snake eyes. It's like a snake's head with
Top,
the fangs
top.
and everything.
bearing in
Fucking
mind the
mad.
snake,
What's this room called?
That's
the
the
Pope's audience chamber.
The Pope's
Audience hall. That's where he sits and becomes close with God in a that is so
That's-
obviously a giant snake's head. You can't argue that that's deliberately a snake.
Yeah.
That's where like all the presidents of the United States have to go and suck on his barbed cock.
Go on, bring up Denver International Airport. That is some.
Denver.
Do you know what? Do you know the story of Denver International Airport?
I don't know this.
So they said they put this in the end of the world. This is where they're all gonna go, and it sounds funny, but there's some
on.
evil imagery there. So they said this is the end of the. If my understanding, you can correct me.
No.
End of the world. This is the base they built underneath the airport.
Darius,
That's it.
can I just
Underground
ask-
tunnels. in
Underground
Denver
tunnel.
Airport.
Wait,
Can I
let me
just no? Can I just ask? Have you ever seen anything on the internet and not believed it?
Yeah, loads of stuff.
It's,
I believe that
his
Michael
comedy
Jackson was
reviews.
in this.
His
Yeah.
comedy reviews.
My last comedy reviews were 5 stars and 4 stars, and to be honest, I didn't believe them. But bring up Denver International Airport because look, okay, bring up the Mustang, bring up Denver International Airport horse.
He's got a weather spoons.
I didn't say underground banker. Put it to International Airport horse and then put artwork. Yeah, horse.
Yeah.
Listen, exactly. Look at. Tell me that horse
It's a
doesn't.
fucking statue of a horse.
With fucking red eyes.
That's like the least remarkable
It's
thing
got
I've ever
some
seen.
tan. Look at your red eye. All right,
It's got eyes. It's got eyes. Oh, it's coming for us.
Bring up into Denver International Airport artwork. Bring up International Airport artwork.
How about the one with the kids going off to their
Just got some mad artwork there. Now click on the artwork and just look at the art that they have in this airport. Just mad.
Oh wow, just normal
Well,
artwork.
because you can't see it
Fucking
there.
hell, man.
You can't see it.
If you'd shown me a
zoom in.
fucking a Dixon's in a sock shop, I
Oh,
would have
that
been
looks
more
like a
come on,
normal.
man.
That looks like a normal horse.
Yeah, it's a statue.
And it's got.
That's
Why
the
has it got the
that's
Freemason
the
sign?
Look at the
Illuminati,
angel.
thing.
Look at all statues. The
Why
angel
has
of
it
the
got?
north.
Yeah. No one's saying the angel of the
Leo,
north.
Leo,
looks
look
like
at that horse's eyes.
Yeah, that horse.
That's an
demonic
evil
horse,
horse.
man.
That horse looked like the guy from
If you can zoom in on that
Game
picture,
of Thrones.
it basically
What
the
do you name it?
picture's
the
got
Night
like.
Walker or
I
whatever.
didn't watch it.
What's the guy from Game of Thrones name? The white guy, the Snow Walker guy. What's his name?
yeah.
That's the sort of horse he would have.
White
innit?
Walker.
White Walker,
I know what you mean.
yeah.
So this you can't see in this because I don't.
You two are like 14-year-old girls in Salem in the 1700s. Just seeing this.
They've
Not even
changed.
the
They've
devil and
changed this artwork.
The Pope's thing is.
This isn't the one I want. Anyway, go in. You can do your own research.
Do your own research.
Do your own,
Always good advice, Darren.
Do your own research. Anyway, I'm just saying, it looks pretty scary. The Denver International Airport. I wouldn't want to.
I'm surprised.
I wouldn't want to traverse there.
People know about the Denver International Airport.
I know about it.
I
'cause
never knew about it until someone told me. Said check out the underground tunnels and shit, and it's a rabbit hole that you can go down, but I don't recommend it.
I go down it.
Is it an actual rabbit hole?
Yeah, no doubt,
quite
no
a
doubt.
state
There's a
refuge.
rabbit hole there. Yeah, for sure. At
Anyway.
the very least. But
Have we got any other good conspiracy theories?
the thing with conspiracy theories is people call something a conspiracy theory, but what I would rather they do is address whether or not it's true.
Yeah.
Like, for example, like it's a conspiracy theory that the Pope worships Satan. Can we check out whether it might be true? And you look at the man's audience hall and you're like, okay, this ain't no conspiracy theory. So if the Pope worships the devil, okay, what's off the table? If the Pope is worshipping the devil, what's off the table?
Victoria, you're Irish.
I'm saying nothing.
All right.
You say he's not hooked up.
He
he's
doesn't
not
have a mic.
mic'd up.
How
But then-
convenient. It's almost as if he knew.
Like, but you said yourself, there's the paedophiles in the Catholic Church, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, who do you think's responsible for that? God or the devil?
Pedos.
Right, yeah. But that's the devil's favorite thing is messing with children because they're innocent and they
Yeah,
haven't
yeah.
had a chance yet to become a person. So if he can spoil a child, that's
Yeah.
his favorite thing.
And you know what caused the sort of the decline of the Catholic Church in Ireland?
Go on.
Like, so it's not. It didn't come from like external sources or people trying to push through like some sort of politically correct new atheism or whatever.
Yeah.
It came from parents and grandparents saying this system's fucked.
Right.
This system's completely fucked
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
So and it came from within.
Yeah, eventually the people wake up, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Eventually the people wake up. But here's the thing, when you look at the Epstein case and whatnot, there's a whole bunch of people, and we know it, everybody knows it, that are, implicated in this nonsense.
Oh, yeah.
A whole lot of people. But yet all you hearing about is Ghislaine or whatever her
Yeah.
name is.
Oh, but
we know tons.
Oh, man.
You can't run a ring like that and not have thousands of other people involved.
Yeah.
And,
And-
yet they just let's just deal with Ghislaine.
Well, and so
that-
anybody that turned up to that island would have seen the swimming pools with these like teenage girls. and
Dude,
they-
the man had a thing called
Man.
Lolita Express.
Yeah,
Like, what
yeah.
the hell?
Dude, have you seen how
it's mad.
Ellen's set is the Epstein Island? You know Ellen, the talk show?
Yeah.
Her
yeah.
set is exact replica of the temple that's on Epstein
yeah,
Island.
Oh, is it?
The
Yeah.
I got to be honest,
good conspiracy
the
theory.
women aren't as fit.
Well, yeah, whoa. Whoa. But when people...
this is the thing about
I like that. Alistair's like, the Pope is a devil worshiper. Ellen, the women don't like it. Ooh.
Because he's got the same hairstyle.
Like, woo.
Whoa. Not touching that one.
That's where we're going to pull back.
That one's dangerous.
The Pope is a devil worshipping cocksucker. Ooh, Ellen's haircut. Oh, shit.
So what do you think the end game is then, Alistair?
How do you mean? What
the
they're
end
after?
game? So I think we can all agree whether you believe there's a devil, G, whatever. There's
Right.
something's happening. Like
What?
this, as in right now, the world we're living in isn't kind of. We can all agree we're being censored, we're being curtailed. Things are changing. They're saying
I
what
don't think
is
it's the devil.
And I'm saying that's what I'm saying. I've never said it was the devil. I said whether you believe in the devil or not, we can all agree things are changing. Something's happening. Something's in the air. Our civil liberties are being curtailed. Things are being taken away.
It's happened before the Chinese Cultural Revolution.
Okay, but I've never lived in China.
Oh yeah, and also you can't read books.
Yeah. So I'm asking Alistair
All right.
What do I think?
what he thinks is the end point. Where is this meant
The
to all
Bible,
be taken?
the Bible says that at the end game of the world,
And
which
is this
the
what you
system-
believe?
This is what I believe.
Okay.
Truly, it's the mark of the beast. They want you to take something, which means you give yourself over to the devil. Now, I don't think the vaccine and these injections are the mark of the beast, but I think they're prepping people.
Yeah, it might lead to
They're
that.
getting you
It
used
might
to,
lead that.
take this or you can't do that. Take this or you can't go to the shops. The Bible says the mark will prevent you from buying or selling unless you take it. So now it's take this vaccine or you can't get on this plane. There might be nothing wrong with the vaccine. It might be, I wouldn't, it's not for me, but if you want to have it.
Have you had the vaccine?
I haven't, just because that's
We're
a
all
personal choice.
We're all double vaccinated.
you-
I know
you
this
had-
man ain't double vaccinated.
He is. He's just had a booster. He's had the booster.
I've had all three.
I've got triple vax.
That's a personal choice, but I don't believe that the vaccine is the end game. I believe the end game is that, exactly
Or yes, the vaccine might pave the way.
That's what I'm
for-
saying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pave the way for
They're getting
what
you
is
used
come.
to do
Yeah.
what we say
Yeah.
or you can't live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? That's what they're, in my opinion, they're
And
getting
what,
you used to.
what the average person doesn't realize is that, you give them an inch, they take a fucking mile. Now there's a place in Santa Cruz saying that you gotta wear masks in your own house. In your own
In
house.
your house?
Yes, I posted
How
it
are they
on my
gonna-
stories.
how are they gonna, like,
I don't-
police
yeah,
that?
It's crazy, man. So I guess getting neighbors to snitch on each other and
Oh,
stuff
like
like
the
that.
Stasi.
Yeah.
Well, this is the thing that, man, because
They turn people against each other. And
That's what lockdown did. I remember, even Matt Green was posting on Facebook. He's like, "Oh, my neighbour's having a barbecue, and there's 7 of them." It's like, why don't you just mind your own fucking business? You know what I mean? They're having a barbecue.
Who's Matt Green?
Jesus Christ! They're not like sacrificing children to Satan or anything. They're eating a fucking pork chop.
Oh, yeah. I'm with Leo.
And you see the headlines as well. The headlines are purely fabricated nonsense. They say, or they would come up with a fake poll. 70% of people are in favor of booster jobs being mandatory. Completely made up nonsense.
No,
if you go and do your own poll, it'd be the complete opposite.
Oh yeah,
on
but when
Twitter.
you do your poll, you're not doing a properly sampled.
They don't even do a poll, mate. They just sit down and take that shit. No, they don't.
No, you'd be
I'm telling
surprised.
you.
The
No.
population,
I-
20%. There's
no.
a poll, and 20% of the
No.
people wanted
They don't even-
curfews and stuff.
They don't even
Permanent
do a poll,
curfews.
mate. They don't even do a poll. They make up shit, mate.
I think they do a poll.
No. I'm telling you,
We've commissioned some of those polls.
bro. They make that shit up.
They make
That's
it up.
That's
They
the
don't-
propaganda.
Yeah, they don't make it up. They make it up.
They make that shit
Yeah,
up.
they make it up.
There's
They
no
don't.
way 70% people in favor of mandates and lockdowns.
All right,
But you
let's
think,
have a vote.
you think everybody's like us? They're not.
No.
All right,
I'm
let's have a,
telling you,
who's
it's
in
not
favour of
70%,
vaccines
mate.
and mandates? Let's have a vote in it.
Me.
That's 50%.
Yeah, I bet that.
But,
Vittorio put his hand up as well.
That's 60%.
70%.
100%.
To what age, though? What about 5-year-olds?
they-
If they
they-
say
they-
we need to do this to 5-year-olds, you for that?
Yeah.
Look, this podcast
love it.
already full. We
It's
might as well
different.
just stop.
Yeah, we might as well just go in now.
Yeah, just stop being. This one for the. This
as
one
a
for the
I got,
Patreon.
I got some questions. I got some actual comedy questions
Sure,
for
sure,
you.
sure.
Because before you kind of were cancelled,
Yeah.
you were kind of on the rising star. You were with one of the biggest agents.
Up the creek.
Well, you said it. I wasn't going to name names, but whatever. And you were in that kind of crew, and you were getting there, and then something happened. Did that happen due to the Brexit, or was this before the Brexit stuff? Like, what's the history there? Because I looking on, I didn't know what happened.
I was at the time I was influenced by Jordan Peterson positively. Okay, you tell somebody in the comedy industry on the left, hey, I'm influenced by Jordan Peterson and I want to weave this into my comedy. And you see if they go, great, we can't wait to help promote you and get you. Channel 4 will be keen. You know what I mean? So they can't help me with that because you're not getting on the TV with that. You Channel 4, you see that interview where the lady just tried to destroy Jordan Peterson and he
yeah.
hilariously
Failed.
spun her around like a top for like 2 hours. She was like, I had to work hard to become a TV presenter. And he was like, well, why wouldn't you? And she was like, oh yeah, well, you know? It's like, this is a great job. You had to work for it, bitch. Like, men have to work for the great jobs too.
Yeah.
It was fantastic. So that's what they're great at. They're great at getting you onto TV. They're great at that. What do they want with me? Like, I understand why that relationship went south ways, you know? Like,
But you're still amicable with that kind of crew and stuff.
we don't really talk to each other, which for me is amicable. You know, like, you see,
you
I'm
still
not
do
saying
the
nothing.
club?
I'm not saying nothing bad about them, and hopefully
You
they're
still
not
do the
saying-
club.
I don't even send my shit in. You know, and they're like, do you want to come? I'm like, there's no point in me even like, oh yeah, I'm sure you're keen for me. Like, you know
No,
what
I
I
don't
mean?
do that either.
Yeah. Just Darius and shit. Like, yeah.
I gotta be honest, I don't either.
Yeah. But there you go.
I think we're not welcome at that.
There you go. I don't even know that I'm not
Yeah.
welcome, but I just, you know,
just
I think it's
assume,
better for everyone.
You know, but you don't know.
Right, that I don't send my shit in there.
Very
So-
mafioso. And actually, all right, talking about that, this week, let's move on to a couple of topics that I saw, which is kind of, as we said, but you don't know how the mafia operate.
Yeah.
I saw the maddest article this week, which screams just like woke world not gone mad. Can you pull up, Vittorio, please? Yes. It is Screen Rant, and they went on to say why Tony Soprano, mafia boss, is a bad guy. Right? Now just for the 9 things about Tony that have aged poorly. Just to go,
what,
just
killing people?
No, wait. What's the? Let's go down the list. What are the 9 things that have aged badly? Oh, his behaviour towards his children, not his brutal murders, not his ownership of a criminal syndicate. Okay, what else is it? Wait, what's for that? His racism. What I like is a racism comes in number 8. So what is worse than his racism? What's number 7? What can? Oh, he backstabs his own friends. It's like
he's a mafia boss.
It's a mafia boss. What are you going? Let's go down. What other things? He creeped on his imaginary neighbor. Right, stop
What?
there.
So
right?
he creeped on an imaginary?
Let me. This is the dumbest one they've got on this. Right, in the first season of The Sopranos, he's on some whatever drug, antidepressants, and he imagines that his next door neighbor is super hot, and he kind of like looking at her over the window.
And they go on a date and stuff.
Yeah, and he goes, and this guy going, there's his toxic, creepy behavior. He's creeping on his the bitch. She doesn't even exist.
Yeah.
It's in his mind.
And also, he's totally charming with her and takes her for lunch and stuff, and doesn't he's not sleazy or anything like that. He's actually a perfect gentleman. I feel sorry for people trying to get together and meet each other now when any overture from a man is seen as some sort of hot, despicable, sleazy creepiness.
That's VM.
That's a good point.
We were discussing the Anzi. What's his name? Aziz
Ansari.
Ansari. Yeah, his one.
Oh no, he really was a total sleazeball.
Was he?
Yeah, because we don't like him because he's left wing.
The thing is, Aziz was all like, "Oh, I'm a feminist," and he wrote books about how men should do better with women, which should be a massive red flag for a start.
But, yeah,
and then, when he actually gets the girl back to his place, he's all like, good, suck my balls, bitch." You know what I mean? Just try to.
The one I read about, it sounded like a bad date.
Yeah, because he was a fucking creepy shit.
But I didn't think it was worthy.
That's me saying it.
No, I didn't think it was worthy of him losing his career or whatever.
What's that?
The one that I read about, this girl was saying that, he invited me back to his place and something like that happened. I can't remember, but I didn't think it was worthy of cancellation.
Well, the thing is,
he could have behaved better, but I didn't think.
But Motley Crue. So if
I didn't read the whole thing, but
if she'd gone back with Motley Crue and they're like, hey baby, suck my balls and all that sort of stuff, fair enough. They're Motley Crue. They're not pretending to be like, oh guys, we need to do better. Yeah. But Aziz, it was totally hypocritical because he's all like, oh guys, we literally wrote books.
And he was being.
Do you know Motley Crue used to get STD so many times. They used to cure it by eating fish by antibiotics because it was cheaper than getting actual penicillin. So they would go to the pet shop and buy antibiotics for fish to cure their gonorrhea and shit.
Do they not have some spare cash? This
is when they were on the come up, right? So they were if you read The Dirt, it's one of the greatest books. They'd go down to the fish shop and they'd buy antibiotics for fish and they'd use that to cure their STDs.
And does it work, Darius? Does it work for you?
I never had an STD.
Well, why do you say yes? Yeah, you didn't. You've never had an STD.
But hang.
No, wait. You've never had it because you need to have sex to get an STD.
You crowbar that in there, though. That was not smooth at all.
I couldn't see that one coming.
That was fucking.
It's good.
But no, but the Aziz thing, what really happened? Because it seemed to me, from what I was reading, that they went back and had a date. He wanted it to go further. He asked for it to go further.
Yeah.
And then they both agreed no, and she went home.
Yeah.
Right. And you're saying...
Oh, but this happened in 2018 or something, so it's a hate crime. You know what I mean? Okay. 10 years ago, it would have just been a date. Right. But now, I think the fact is
what
that
got him in trouble was that he was preaching.
Yeah, because
he was
no one in
preaching,
Hollywood is doing that kind of shit, right?
Yeah.
No actors or directors or stuff are doing that shit, right? They're all doing it.
They're all doing it. And then they're all being these just pontificating about morality and stuff. Like Mark Ruffalo, when he talked about Kyle Rittenhouse's verdict, he was all condemning it and saying, sticking up for Jojo, the poor paedophile who got shot. And Mark Ruffalo turned all of Hollywood turned a blind eye to Harvey Weinstein, and they're turning a blind eye right now to whoever's the abuser now in Hollywood.
Well, I'll tell you who they're turning a blind eye to. They're turning a blind eye to the guy who just drove a car for a whole Christmas parade because he doesn't suit their narrative of what they want someone to be like who would do that.
Yeah.
That's not even a conspiracy theory. That's just a fact. If the dude was white, this would be the biggest hate crime known to man.
And also the guy, so it's reported in the Daily Mail and a couple of other places that he's a Black Lives Matter activist, and it's retribution for Kyle Rittenhouse's verdict.
This is not confirmed. These are.
But
it was
first, the
reported in
media
the
tried to
paper.
cover for him at first. At first, they were like, "Oh, we think he was trying to get away, and he did a wrong
that
turn."
he was running
right?
from
It's
something
like,
else,
come on,
yeah.
guys, come on.
But
please.
they even listed the people that Kyle Rittenhouse shot as black in one newspaper.
that was
Which is
bad.
crazy.
The Independent. He shot. I mean, that can't be a mistake.
That's
He shot
crazy.
3 black men. It's like what?
It was up for
That's
hours
just to
as
stoke.
well.
That's just to stoke racial tensions.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
cool.
it's so a false narrative.
If you work for a newspaper company or media house and you're putting out that kind of stuff, you gotta really question yourself, man.
oh, big time.
This stuff, like even as I say, and not to bring it back up again, but the whole Michael stuff, all of these things are just poisonous, man.
Bro,
And-
what Michael Jackson used to
and
do was go
nothing-
to the children's hospital and the orphanage and lift these kids up. And the media would
Put
stand
them on his
outside the
dick.
orphanage
Exactly
and they
like
would
Jimmy
say,
Savile.
oh, he's in there sniffing the boxer shorts and all this shit.
Why is he going and hanging around with kids? Why
I'm sorry, I
why are you
brought that
looking
back
like a weird pedo and hanging around with kids?
I'll tell you.
You know what I mean?
I'll tell you.
Kids are annoying as fuck. There's no reason anybody would hang around with
But
children
Leo-
unless they're
Listen,
their own
let me say
children.
one thing.
Or they're
Jimmy
a fucking
Savile used
pedo.
to go to hospitals and he used to lift these children.
Yeah. Jimmy Savile. Now, who created Jimmy Savile? The BBC.
Ah.
The BBC made Jimmy Savile a star. Who you think made Michael Jackson a star? Michael fucking Jackson. Michael Jackson didn't need no help to become famous. Jimmy Savile had no talent.
Bad
the BBC
was
selected
better
him.
than Jim Will Fix It. The song.
I don't know.
Objectively,
I
that's
don't know.
true.
You can't really compare the two. One's amazing Saturday evening television.
That is true.
And one's a musical album.
I don't know. I don't know who will be watching Jimmy Savile.
Who do you
to be
think's
honest.
better, Jimmy Savile or Michael Jackson?
Who do you think?
Michael Jackson. What are you talking
What?
about?
Which
I've never
paedophile's got the best music? R. Kelly, Michael Jackson, allegedly.
Jackson ain't no pedophile.
Michael
No,
Jackson's
Gary
not
Glitter?
pedophile.
Gary Glitter.
Jonathan King?
What has he done?
Well, he's a nonce.
Yeah, but what songs?
I can't remember. Didn't he do Itsy Bitsy Teeny
R.
Weeny?
Kelly.
I
You've
would
already
say
said
this.
R. Kelly.
R. Kelly is a great musician. He's got great songs. No, but he's got like proper bangers.
What?
And what?
I believe
what
I could
about-
fly.
No, but what about also there's the Rolling Stones, Bill Wyman.
Who's Bill Wyman?
Who's Bill Wyman?
He was
I don't know
like the
Bill Wyman.
bassist in the Rolling Stones. Not the hardest like job in the Rolling Stones.
what
but-
was he?
Well, Mandy Smith.
Who are the Rolling Stones?
So he married a girl when she was like, he was seeing her when she was like 13, and he was like 48 or something.
I was talking to David Bowie. Had
Apparently, yeah.
Someone said that online.
What's David Bowie done?
apparently
He a bad guy?
he was seeing girls when they were like 14 or
Yeah.
15 or
But
something.
like the Beatles, she was just 17. Remember that one?
But,
you
yeah.
know what I mean. Yeah, I know what you mean, man. That's fucked. How's that a song?
But Dave.
How do you just slip in that? But R. Kelly's song's even worse. His song's like, my mind's telling me no. Why do you think that is? You should have listened to your fucking mind, bro. You wouldn't have gone to prison for all this time. But my body, that's sick.
He's talking about his bladder.
Yeah,
my
yeah,
bladder's
bladder's
thin.
thin, yes.
But no, apparently David Bowie, that same lady, apparently she's a popular like groupie from back then.
Yeah. Not Baby Buell.
I don't know. Look it up. But yeah, David Bowie apparently was seeing her when she was 15 or 14 or some crazy.
Yeah, there's a lot of it 60s, 70s, like all the pretty much all the bands.
But then yeah, when you go back and listen to some of them songs, they're like Sweet 16 and
Yeah.
all this kind of shit. You're like, whoa.
Do you know what?
Lovely 12.
Yeah. I don't know about Lovely 12. I don't know. I've never heard Lovely 12.
Yeah, lovely 12 is a good song. She's a lovely 12.
I don't know that.
Not 11 anymore.
But yeah, some of them old
Here
songs.
I'm coming through the door.
But even like,
Katy Perry is an interesting story. If you listen to her talk about how she got famous,
How did she get famous?
she'd tell you, she was religious. She wanted to be a Bible singer and a lovely girl. And the industry said, no. And she actually says the words in
She
this
said,
interview.
"I
If you can
sold-
find this.
yeah.
She goes, I sold my soul to the devil. Like that.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
And her
Right.
first song is like, I'm a lesbian and it's brilliant. You know, it's like not hard to figure out what this industry is up to. You know what I mean? It's like, if you're promoting the things they want you to promote, you become a star. if you want to be, be good to each other.
So
love
why is
one
Leo
another.
not a star?
Well, I don't know. Try hard.
I am a star, Darius.
But
Got one of the fastest growing podcast on YouTube.
Actually, thank you for liking and subscribing. We are growing pretty fast, and we appreciate that. And keep on doing.
what I was saying though is like that clip. It's got several people saying that I sold my soul to the devil.
Bob Dylan?
Yeah, the Bob
I see.
Dylan.
No
one.
way.
Yeah. Can we pull that up, Vittorio?
Yeah.
Must I?
I love his fucking like
Enthusiasm.
Yeah.
Man, the
And-
Bob Dylan one's brilliant. He's like, I made a deal with the guy. It's like, whoa.
Yeah.
Like, this
And the
ain't him
guy
acting.
and the guy says, "What God?" And he went, "No, the other guy."
Yeah. Oh man.
I've watched these as well.
So there's Katy Perry that says it. Bob Dylan. I think there's a bit with Kanye.
Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder. You seen the one where they have this boxing? You know when they have the boxing interviews where it's like, I'm gonna get you and I'm gonna get you. Tyson Fury literally says, this guy worships the devil and I worship Jesus. It's a cracking interview, man. A cracking
seen that.
interview. Yeah. It's
Because I was
fascinating.
going to
How'd you
say,
actually-
I thought Tyson Fury was a man of God.
How'd
I
you
know.
actually-
I didn't know that
Yes.
either.
No, I
had
knew
no
that.
effing idea. But he was like, he actually insinuates that Deontay Wilder is demon possessed, and Deontay Wilder just comes out straight, says it. He goes, yeah, more or less. He admits it. He says, yeah, my God against your God. Let's go. And
How'd
it's
you
like,
worship the
whoa,
devil?
I wouldn't know. But
You seem to know all
Upside
about-
upside down crosses.
I wouldn't
that
even
what it
look
is?
into it if I was you, because
Well-
some people do. They really do. And
I've got
a
a
lot
funny-
of famous people do. And like Nico said about the Epstein Island, when the whole truth comes out about that, people are going to be stunned.
I have a friend.
Done.
Well, I have a friend. She's really fit.
They're
Wait, this is important. And she went back to this guy's house, billionaire, the guy's house, and the guy had something called the Grand Grimoire. Grimoire? It was
Oh,
called.
I know.
You,
Yeah,
you had the Grand Grimoire.
Yeah.
And
Pretty much sure it's not called it.
Grand Grimoire.
It's probably
This is gonna be one of these. Yeah.
yeah.
It's probably boudoir or some shit like that.
Fucking Jurassic
It
Park.
I think it's called the Grand Grimoire, and it's the thing they used to worship the devil. And she said they went back, and this guy's like millionaire apartment, penthouse, whatever, and he pulls this book out, and then she's not a religious girl, and she was like, man, it was genuinely terrifying. Something genuinely terrifying happened when he opened that. And also in to take it back to Motley Crue, in The Dirt, he says we started fucking around with this like we thought it's just jokes, imagery, satanic shit, and we started doing this thing. And he said, you can believe it or not, if it's in the book, it was like shit started levitating and just going absolutely fucked. I mean, to be fair, they were probably on shitloads of LSD at the time. But
Yeah.
he said to that day, they just stopped messing around with all of that. So,
Yeah, there's dark energy out there, man. There's dark energy out there, and it can fuck you up if you get into that.
check out the Grand Grimoire, see if I got that
There's
right.
not Grimbra.
I know the word that you mean. It's definitely like Grimore or some
Yeah,
shit
it's
like
right.
that. But I don't know how you say it.
And what
Grimra.
other thing were you checking out, Victoria?
Oh, here we are.
What is it?
Grimoire. Yeah. So by what's his face?
Can you bring
And-
it up, Vittorio, please?
Antonio del Rabina.
Uh,
So it's a black magic grimoire, whatever that is.
the Grand Grimoire. There it is. Here it is. This is the book they used to call up the devil. See? This is an
Okay, you
educational
got it, you
podcast
got it,
as
you
well.
got- You got it
Yeah,
there,
yeah.
Darius. Well done.
There you go.
Yeah, don't
You
look
can
that up. though.
summon. So you can summon a demon, and then you can construct tools to force the demon to do one's bidding.
Yeah. So that's what they do.
This Travis Scott concert, I know we're not allowed to talk about it, but they had a portal on the stage with creepy hands like this.
I saw it. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah,
the
yeah,
image-
tell it,
But
They
don't
had
they
a
always have
portal on
weird
his
stuff on
t-shirt.
stage? They've always got weird
no,
stuff on
the
stage.
imagery was the
Bro,
imagery.
it says "See you on the other side" before the concert. Before the concert side, it said "We'll see you on the other side," and then 8 people died by accident.
the Travis Scott imagery, man. That would even now acknowledge, even if it wasn't satanic,
that's
the
like
imagery
the
was
people
devilish.
from
This is like a
concert.
bunch of housewives in the 1980s
Nah,
sitting
nah,
around
nah,
talking
nah.
about a
Talking-
fucking AC/DC
Nah, nah, nah,
concert.
nah.
I like
telling you.
AC/DC.
Yeah, you do like AC/DC,
Yeah, I
but
do
they're,
like
they're like all
AC/DC.
that
Yeah,
stuff,
same.
you know, it's stones
Yeah, they're not-
and,
yeah.
like, and like the devil. And what about Iron Maiden with the Eddie,
Yeah.
Eddie the puppet?
Yeah, I like Iron Maiden
Pull
as well.
up the Katy Perry one though, Victoria. You found it?
I got the Bob Dylan one.
Yeah, that's a good
play
one.
that. But it's
a good
someone had clipped them all together. But yeah, if you can find the Bob Dylan.
There's a
one,
YouTube
pull it
channel called White Rabbit that I know for sure has the Katy Perry one. It's quite a big YouTube channel too. They've got
Oh yeah,
a
and how
video.
does this Rumble thing work? So
Yeah, what's
do you get-
Rumble? Tell us
Yeah,
about
it's cool,
Rumble.
man. It's like YouTube, except obviously not as easily accessible and not that many people. But you can live stream on there, just like you can on YouTube. You can put videos on there. It's a lot
Still
of.
out here doing these songs.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
that's it,
dude. I
that's
love
it.
this
It's the
clip.
devil.
I love this clip.
Let's have a look.
You know, you're still on tour.
I do, but I don't take it for granted.
Why do you still do it? Why are you still out here?
Well, it goes back to the destiny thing. I mean, I made a bargain with it, you know, a long time ago, and I'm holding up my hand
What was your bargain?
to get where I am now.
Should I ask who you made the bargain with?
with the chief commander,
On this earth?
and on this earth, and then in a world we can't see.
Bob Dylan.
That's kind of creepy.
He
man.
ain't acting. You know he ain't acting.
Yeah, that,
Find a Katy Perry one now if you can.
I sold my soul to the devil. It's the way she says it, just
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh shit, I'm out of here.
But yeah, anybody in show business or Hollywood sold their soul.
would you sell your soul to the devil, Leo?
Nah, I think I'll make it in talent.
There's who's that guy? There's this black guy. He's Robert Johnson.
Oh, yeah.
They claim that he's the first one that made this rumor about that he couldn't play guitar. All of a sudden he goes away for like 6 months, comes back, and is the best guitar player in the world.
Yeah.
And people were saying he sold his soul to the devil.
I mean, he could have just been practicing, but
But they were
Like
saying he was
comedy.
doing shit that you can't learn in 6 months, man.
I come back from New York and suddenly I was like, wow, Dash is good at comedy.
nobody said that.
Yeah, no one said it. He hasn't sold anything.
They were like, he's got a worse.
He tried to sell it and the devil gave him a refund. Take it back. I don't want it.
Have you seen that video of the two Hawaiian kids?
No.
I'm an island boy.
Yeah,
See that one that
yeah.
went super viral all of a sudden?
Oh, is that where they're all covered in tattoos?
Yeah,
and
yeah,
stuff?
yeah. I'm a wailing man. I can't even understand what the fuck they're saying. Anyway, one of those guys came out and done an Instagram live and said, I sold my soul to the devil a week ago. And he goes, and I ain't been happy since, man. And he just,
Really?
yeah.
He says, I haven't been happy
Yeah,
since.
he said I ain't been happy since, and it's when you hit it, you're like, this kid ain't lying. Like, this kid ain't lying.
It's a sad,
He ain't that clever to lie.
Where
about
was
that.
this?
That's a
It's,
sad side effect of selling your soul that I'm not being happy,
Happy since. Well, what do you think? You think the devil wants the best for you? Nah, it don't work out. It don't
That's
work out.
Bob Dylan again.
Bob Dylan again.
Like, how happy did Bob Dylan look in that video?
He didn't look very.
You know what
Oh,
was
shit.
going on in my life at 15.
Pause it a sec. Pause it a
That's how
sec.
I got introduced.
You know this is serious because it's got scary music.
Oh,
Okay,
also,
go.
Yeah, and
the
also-
chick about to ask the question has a cross upside down earring on.
Also, why did they film it on a mid-90s Nokia phone?
Yeah, why are they filming
I
on
don't
the
know.
potato? Check if you can get higher
So
quality.
I swear I wanted to be
Sorry.
like the A
No, just
No,
play
no,
this.
just-
just
play
let
this.
it-
Just
oh,
play this.
All right, play that.
music. Yeah. But it didn't work out, and so I sold my soul to the devil.
They scared to lose their fucking house. Or they scared to lose their record deal. I sold my soul to the devil. I know it's a crappy deal. Lisa came with a few toys like a Happy Meal.
That wasn't the devil. That was McDonald's. I've been there.
Same thing.
But yeah, that's Katy Perry in a proper sit-down interview saying that. So, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? There gotta be
So what
something
now,
going
like-
on
Gaga's got
there
a
that-
good one.
I mean, it wasn't
that-
exactly Frost versus Nixon. It was just Katy Perry.
But yeah, in a sit-down situation, you ain't gonna just say that for fun. You know what I mean?
Right.
There's something going on.
Standing up.
that you would
might
just-
just be messing around.
I don't know. But I'm not gonna come in here and be like, yo, guys,
Yeah.
why would I say something like that?
Yeah,
Unless
yeah.
some shit happened.
Yeah,
you could tell
yeah.
that Bob Dylan's being authentic there. He ain't saying it. for-
Yeah. He wasn't in a jovial mood.
Exactly.
He don't look happy either. Like
He was
that
like
island boy. He was feeling like the island boy.
So depressed.
Yeah, man. But yeah, I don't know. Something is going on. But when you look at what is happening in today's society, and even like basically the over sexualization of music.
Yeah.
The stuff with Netflix, what you're seeing on Netflix.
Cuties and that shit.
Yeah.
You go to buy
Whoa.
clothes for your daughter who might be 6, 7 years old. All of it is skimpy.
Preach.
You know what I mean? Fishnets and
Preach,
shit.
man.
Preach.
And that website, there was a website that was selling sex toys for kids or
Yeah,
something.
yeah, yeah.
So it's crazy. So there's all of this over sexualization of kids and everything is. And just as we were saying with music, it's like if you preaching positive music, you ain't gonna get no play, bro. It's like all the conscious rappers, people like Talib Kweli, Common, and them guys, they get less airplay than the people who are singing drugs, kill, boom, 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 shoot up, this and that.
But you know what's funny about that? Even when you're saying about the conscious rappers, like when they get silenced for saying stuff like whatever, talking about actual genuine issues. Then if you're talking about I'm gonna shoot you in the face and whatever, and I've got loads of bitches, like that's fine. But if you actually talk about anything conscious, then they will cut it down.
But also, it feeds capitalism. So all of this rap about gang rap and bling bling and all that kind of shit, it feeds the capitalist machine.
Capitalism is just people buying what you want.
But this is like, there's so much. If you look at the placements or the mentions of brands and alcoholic beverages in rap music versus the 80s to now, it's just like increased like 50, 60 fold in terms of people always mentioning Louis Vuitton, Gucci, Prada, all of this,
Chanel.
boom, hyper materialism. So it all feeds into the system.
So much of our culture. I mean, I only became religious a couple of years ago, right?
What, did you have an epiphany?
Yeah, well, God revealed himself to me.
How?
As a result of, I had nothing. I was all alone because I took this decision to tell what I understood to be the truth and ask questions. I ended up with nothing, basically. I had no career. I used to be on a podcast with a bunch of guys who were my friends, and then they kicked me out. And you know what I mean? I had my agent.
Was that with
didn't have
Dean
them. Yeah. Then the next day, I'm a racist.
Yeah.
You know? Literally, like, this guy's a racist. they're saying
I
on
knew I
Twitter.
was right to start off as a racist.
Yeah. Remain consistent, Leo.
I was racist before and I'm racist again.
But so what I was going to say was, when you actually read the Bible, you understand what's in there, you realize how much of our culture is the literal opposite of what this book says.
But what made you, brought you to the Bible? Like, what did you have, like a Damascus moment? Or what was it?
They were taking the piss out of me on the podcast because I didn't know what Eid was, which is a Muslim festival.
Yeah.
And I was like fucking low about it because they were hammering me on the group chat like, you're a fucking asshole, whatever. And this Muslim lady tweeted me. She said, Salam alaikum, right? And I didn't even know what that meant. And I researched what it meant. What it means is she was greeting me in the peace of God. And I thought to myself, I wonder what the peace of God feels like. And it just went, vroom, flooded over me, and I was just terrified instantly.
So how come you didn't become a Muslim then? Because she's like said Salam Alaikum, and you're
why
she turns you Christian? Like, what the fuck?
Why
mad
you betrayed
spell
Allah
is
like that?
That's just the way it went. Like, I feel like God revealed himself to me. And like, what year are we living in?
Remember when
2021.
Right, 2021 since what?
Jesus was born or died?
Jesus was born. Our entire society is based, our time comes from Jesus.
So before you were...
and people think he ain't real. No one's more real.
Before you were religious, though, you were an atheist.
That's right. I didn't believe in God at all.
Would you have thought of yourself as a Christian atheist or a Muslim atheist?
Which
God didn't you believe in?
I thought it was all a load of nonsense, and you couldn't have told me otherwise. I was too smart to believe in God and the devil and all this stuff. I had it all figured out. But that's why I'm so I'm stunned that I'm religious now. But there's a line in the Bible. Jesus says, if the world hates you, remember that it hated me first. And that hit me so hard because I felt like I'm trying to do the right thing here and the world hates me. And Jesus said to me, hey, well, it hated me too. And I was just healing people and telling you to love each other. I was like, damn, that's true.
Did you go to church?
It was actually Ola, one of the guys from the podcast, who invited me to go to his church at a time when everyone was being horrible to me. And everyone was so nice to me in his church. And I was like, damn, maybe I'll just start going to church because everyone's being a piece of shit to me everywhere else.
That's how they
I'll just hang out there. They do. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. But that's in the playbook. It says if you're a good Christian, just be nice to people. That's how you'll get them.
Yeah, here's the thing though, like at that time, people were saying my guy's racist. People were saying, Alistair's racist.
Yeah, I remember.
And
I was saying
I was one of those people.
Yeah, me.
And I'm like, hold on. Here's the thing. Of the incidents that's happened to me in my career, the meanest shit people have done to me, it's been black people.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the most fucked up thing.
Does that mean you can be racist towards them now?
that has happened to me, or people have commented or said something or done something to me was black people. Even like that shit with Tanya. I'm like, I thought we was cool.
Yeah.
I just sitting at home chilling and she talking about I stealing her jokes. I'm like, what the
Yeah.
fuck? And
I saw that.
I thought we was cool. And the worst thing, as I say, you could say about a comedian is that they're stealing jokes.
Yeah,
and I'm
yeah.
like, what the fuck is she on about? And I thought we were cool. And here's the thing. Another thing, something happened. I'm not 100% sure about it, but I think I was supposed to get something, and a person, and I suspect is this dude, sabotaged it for me. And
No way.
And I am. And it's a black person. So this whole thing, people saying, oh, Alistair's racist. This man, me and this man put me up in his house.
Yeah.
You understand? I would be, Alistair can't get home. Boom, Alistair be there. I said, Alistair, this man, we would hang out, smoke together, drink together, whatever. And this guy looked out for me, got me certain shit that other people wouldn't have got for me. And people telling me this man is racist.
Yeah,
Like, what
yeah.
the fuck? They said the same thing about you. But I was like, yeah, Leo's a racist. But nah, you know what I mean? There's this image of people don't really know. It's like, I'm like, people saying, oh, Leo's racist. This man put me in that magazine in the Fringe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That magazine thing you did and
Yeah.
got me in the top 10 Fringe shows and whatnot to put people in my show. And people, oh, Leo's a racist. I'm like, nah, this man done more for me. These two guys have done more
What
for
have I
me.
done for you?
Fuck off.
So, yeah.
But anyhow, so I'm saying this whole thing about people just go and say, oh, something this person said doesn't agree with me or blah, blah. And I'm like, nah, look at the man's heart.
Yeah.
And look at how, you get what I'm saying?
Do you know what the maddest thing was? When I won't say who it was, but when I did my show, like Great White Male, the point of the show was.
Can I guess who it was?
No. But this guy was nice to me. He was a black comedian. He came to my show and he went away and he done that tweet out where he said, dude, you people need to go and support this guy and listen to his message. That was an incredible, powerful show. His own show got wrecked the next couple of days by the industry. They saw him come and support me and they wrecked his shit because he stood up for me. Because he said, they were like, we can't have black people coming into the white comedian show that's on the right and say that we should be listening to this guy and he's talking sense. So I seen them smash people that just fucking stuck a hand out to help me, let alone me. Like anyone. And Nico started speaking to real truth recently in his comedy and shit about these injection or whatever. Nico speaking his own truth, and all of a sudden I see people, random people that are supposed to have his back just start fucking with his shit.
The optics don't look good, Nico. The optics
A comedian
don't
came
look
up
good.
to me and Nico were at Top Secret, and a comedian came up and he's like, Nico, your optics and your Twitter look right wing. It's like, what the fuck? For a start, you're not a PR consultant. You're a fucking comedian. You're supposed to speak with passion and honesty. You know what I mean? Not fucking filter things through optics.
But there
Fuck
is
me.
no right, there is no left, there's no black, there's good and evil. And you're right. You can't go,
you
there's a
can't-
black person, they're good. That's a
Yeah.
white person, he's evil.
Yeah.
It's like, no.
Yeah, it's
Judge for
madness.
yourself. Judge a tree by its fruit is the idea.
And here's the thing. And I gotta get back to this Tanya thing because it really pissed me off.
I don't blame you.
No. The same 2 days later, 2 days later on her Twitter, she said, it hurts you more when your own people stab you in the back. She said the tweet like that. I'm like, dude, what the fuck? You just did that to me.
Gaslighting. That's gaslighting.
No, somebody
That's
did.
gaslighting, though.
Something else. She was talking about something else.
Something at a show did security or something at a show checked her or something.
Yeah.
So she went to this show and the security wouldn't let her or a friend in or some shit like that. It was some person else that was black that did something to her, and she said it hurts more when it comes from your own kind.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there reading this like, what the fuck? You just did that to me 2 days ago. You just called me a plagiarizer or a thief or whatnot.
Yeah.
And
That's the worst thing you
out to
could
the
say
blue.
about a comic.
Yeah, about a comic.
Yeah, Darius.
Well, imagine what would bring someone to say something like that.
Oh yeah, but like Nico's thing was the thing that he was accused. It's literally like walking on stage and the
Saying
crowd are a bit
hello.
quiet, like being hello and like the crowd are a bit quiet. So you walk off stage and then you come back. You're like, we're going to do that again.
Put some
and you
more
walk back.
energy in. That's
Yeah,
all- yeah,
it's like that's every MC does that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's standard.
I mean, if that is actually your
Crazy.
bit that you consider a bit, you need
Yeah.
to reassess.
Yeah.
You need to reassess your whole.
that's the
my
tempo
bit.
of my whole shit.
He used hello. That's my line.
I can't go on. I can't go on.
I invented hello coming on stage and said hello. No.
Mad, man.
Yeah, that's funny.
Anything else? Anything else? We've gone about an hour. Anything else we want to chat about? I've taken some pre-workout, so I'm about to hit the gym, and then we're all at top secret.
What's your pre-workout?
Well, I got a little bit wet, so it's kind of gone into
You got wet.
The pre-workout.
What,
the pre-workout. Well, yeah.
What
it's
made
hot.
you wet, Darius?
The water's gone into the pre-workout. It's gone into like a gum, like a weird paste. So now I've just eaten it, and I've just realised it's starting to kick in, and I'm tingling.
All right. What and like, do you approve of pre-workout? Do you think? Because you know about diet and stuff.
Oh, yeah. I don't know about pre-workout. I don't know about...
Darius used to take these black pills he got from Russia. They're like Russian writing on them,
Yikes.
and they just make him like
Oh,
vibrate
no,
and
that's
stuff.
clenbuterol.
And you can just see his like heart just burning up in front of you.
Yikes.
You know
And
what
that's
I mean?
why I,
Troubling.
yeah.
Troubling.
So I need to be careful with my booster
You
shot.
you still eat healthy, Al?
I still eat healthy, yeah. I still
You
try
look
and
good.
eat
You look
healthy.
lean.
Well, yeah, lean is the one. Yeah. I try and eat healthy, but you know how it is, like with a kid and shit. It's just like everything's out the window. isn't it?
So where can we find you then? If there were
Nowhere.
listeners, where
Nowhere.
we got to find you on
Honestly,
Rumble.
Telegram. If you can find me on Telegram.
I actually
that's
follow you on. I follow you on Telegram,
Sweet,
and I
sweet,
follow
sweet.
and I follow Donald Trump.
Right.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Donald Trump. Every now and then, I get spammed by Donald. It's like, fuck off, Donald. Stop messaging me. He just messages. You should follow these conservatives. I only did it because he got banned from Twitter, but now he's really annoying. But I do follow you on.
Oh, Trump was saying he's gonna build his own app.
Truth Social. Yeah, I'm waiting for that to come in, and then maybe I can have a life again.
Yeah.
We'll see.
But Rumble, you're on Rumble.
I'm on Rumble. You can find me, Alistair Williams, on Rumble.
and
but,
you do a live stream every night.
I do a live stream every night on YouTube. My name's Alistair Williams, but if you type in Alistair Williams, I doubt you'll find me. Like, it's
I'm
hard to
gonna type
find
it
me.
in now.
I'm going to type it in now. I bet we
Sweet,
both
sweet,
find
sweet,
you,
sweet.
and
Okay.
it looks like you're not on there, but
But
you
that'd
are.
be nice.
Let's
That'd be
have a
nice.
look.
Let's have a look.
Let's have a look. Alistair.
And then you subscribe once a week. You have to click the button again.
I get that on Twitter. I have to keep resubscribing to Alexei Navalny. Oh yeah,
Crazy,
you
innit?
came up straight away.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's me.
Alistair Williams, 2.44 thousand thingies.
great.
Subscribe. I've subscribed.
Straight away, bro.
Oh, nice.
You're not.
That's
You're
good.
not silenced
You're not
anymore.
shadow banned.
Yeah.
Or maybe just within this office, they know that
They know that
they're
we're-
listening.
yeah, we're
and
our
they've
target
unblocked
Here's the
it.
thing. I had 50,000 subscribers, right? Now I'm called Alistair Williams, and I got 2,000. Like, it doesn't look like anyone found me again, does it? It's so weird that, I went from 50 to 2. Like, you can just search me again, Alistair Williams, but, whatever.
Yeah, you were
That's it.
claiming like crazy, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then they just switched a button and it stopped growing. And a bunch of other YouTubers were doing videos as well saying, hey, I just stopped growing overnight and now I'm shrinking. It's like they control that shit.
Even with like trigonometry, I remember there was a video the man post, and one time you look, it had 200,000 views or something.
Yeah.
Then you went back and it went down to 19,000.
And also they
And
had
then they complained, and then it went back, and you're like, oh, they fuck with the numbers.
Yeah,
They
of course.
posted a video with was it Peter Hitchens or Christopher Hitchens? I can't remember. Probably the one who's alive. But like, you couldn't find it. If you searched for it, you couldn't find it. You could only get to it if you had the actual URL, a
they
link
said
to
that.
it.
Yeah.
All right, but we got to go because we've gone an hour and a half. But we've got to choose winners. We had a competition last week to win 2 tickets to Vauxhall Comedy Club. Here are all the comments, and actually, there's quite a lot of you have entered. There's over
Have I still got time to enter?
61 comments. So the winner gets 2 free tickets to Vauxhall Comedy Club, unlimited booze. We want you to win. Also, I am aware that we're going to send you the mask. What you have to understand is, it's easier for you to come to Vauxhall Comedy Club than it is for me to go to the post office and do the admin. So it's only laziness is the reason why I've not done it. I will do it. But now we're going to choose, and the way we're going to do it is we're going to randomly go up and down, and then you're just going to press your finger on it.
me?
Yeah.
Okay, sure, yeah,
go. Okay.
This guy.
So this guy from Sydney. Okay, John Smith, you haven't won because you're from Sydney. Someone else who's
My bad.
choose this guy.
This local.
All right, this guy. Watching from King's Cross. All right, Sarah Bowles, you win.
A
you
woman.
Win
Wow.
It's a woman.
Wow,
It's a woman.
watching.
So you won. So Sarah Bowles, you've won. If you wanted the tickets, come and let us know. Message us on one of our social media apps, and we'll get those tickets to you. You're welcome to come down. Any news before we go? Anything to say?
Nah, nothing, man.
We're gonna get the masks out. I left the mask at home to give to Darius to post.
Yeah.
But I know it's been 3
I
weeks.
forgot mine as well.
I got 2. So Muck Murchie, I know you're watching. I will send you yours because I've got 2 at home, so I will send them. Listen, if you enjoy this podcast, we've got a bit conspiracy this week, but whatever, it's interesting. Like, subscribe, share, tell a friend about us. We're growing. We appreciate all of you.
Get your car painted with our logo.
You get your car painted with our logo. Find Alistair Williams comedy. He's been shadow banned, but was easily found on YouTube. And that's it. That's all. That's anything else we've got to say? Any other admin?
Seek God in your life.
Seek God in your life,
or Satan if you want.
Yeah, or Satan. If you've got gonorrhea, go to the fish shop
And ban the Pope.
All right, I'll call it a day. Thank you so much.
Thanks,
Have a good
guys.
week.
Yes.
Goodbye.